James Kaufman, World News Report today. Ladies and gentlemen, it turns out that Earth was just missed by a country killer space rock or near-Earth object on the 3rd, and JPL either didn't see it or didn't say a word to anyone. We're talking about a super close shave. We're talking about a rock over 430 feet in diameter. A 40-story building. That's right. It was just announced yesterday evening on the 5th, as I will show y'all. All right, let's take a look at this 40-story building that just made it by Earth. Coming much closer to Earth than the moon, as I will show you in just a moment. 2025 RM1, just announced late last night. It was moving at about 12.5 kilometers per second, which is a pretty good pace. And this is an inner solar system object here. And you can see the inclination was huge. So this would have penetrated the atmosphere for sure. And this looks like a country killer. We're going to back up here to the 3rd. The 4th, and that is the 3rd, and we're talking about, again, coming much closer to Earth than the moon, passing between the two. We're talking about 430 feet plus, and I have not even seen the condition code yet. I'm just in awe that no one said anything till last night. I don't know if they were hiding this because of uncertainty, or if somehow they just saw it. But it definitely didn't come from the direction of the sun. Obviously, it came from the left over here. So we should have seen this rock. All right, here we go, folks. 2025 RM1. 12 total observations in 2 days. They didn't see it until the day it almost hit Earth, which is hard to believe, because the rock was so large, over 430 feet in diameter, and that's with a condition code of 7, so it could have been much larger. 0 means they have certainty about the size of the rock and the path. 9, meaning that they're highly uncertain. They gave a condition code of 7 to this rock and reported it very late yesterday evening. Not happy about this one whatsoever. This would have been a country killer, not a city killer. This was not a 100-foot in diameter rock. This was a 430 plus foot with a condition code of 7, meaning, let's just say, they really have no idea how big it was. 12 total observations seen by our AI software, Automatic. This is embarrassing, okay? This is embarrassing. First seen on the 4th, the day after it flew by Earth. Now, my guess is there's no way they could have missed this with all of our radio telescopes, etc., being the size it is or was. I'm guessing that they hit this one not knowing exactly how close it would come. We're about to see exactly how close it did come. Again, 2025 RM1. Now, we had another rock pass on that same day. I did do a workup on the other rock. It was only 40 feet in diameter, and it was much further away, being 80,000 miles away from our planet, the moon being about 225,000 miles away from our planet, according to mainstream science. Well, this rock was much closer. Let's figure out how close it was. So they've been unable to extrapolate any information whatsoever about this. You can see that it went by the moon first and then went by Earth, right in between the two. And we're talking about 0.00069 astronomical units. That's going to be 50,000 miles. Now, what we also have to do is consider that's measured from the center of Earth. Earth's diameter in miles is just under 8,000 miles in diameter, so we would use half that as a radius. So we're talking about 45,000 miles. Now, GOES satellites orbit at 22,000 miles. A lot of our satellites, like our Discover satellite, orbits at about 1,000,000 miles above Earth. This is according to scientists, not me. So this was an extremely close shave at about 45,000 miles from the surface of Earth, but nobody saw this 40-plus story building, 430-foot plus rock fly by until after the fact on the 4th. This, ladies and gentlemen, is nothing but scary. Take one last look. The inclination, the speed, 12.5 kilometers per second, you see right here. And the size would mean this was probably a country killer. Now, I guess we have to ask ourselves, with all of the different types of telescopes around the globe, did JPL and all the other astronomers really miss this huge rock? It did come in at a very large inclination, which means it would have went right through the atmosphere, and that might have been why they missed it. However, I will tell you what, it's very, very strange to have such a big rock coming within 50,000 miles of our planet, missed by JPL and all the other thousands of astronomers around the globe. This is a tough one, folks. Were they hiding it because they were so uncertain? We know that the condition code was 7. And did they think it might impact Earth? Well, it sure was close. So that's what we have. A very, very large space rock, near-Earth object, comet, asteroid. I guess we don't really know what we're dealing with here. Meteor. I assume it was a meteor. And it looks like, well, it came within 50,000 miles of the planet. And that, again, in my opinion, could have been a country killer. And we don't find out about it until 2 days after it flies by. God bless. Share. Please share. Subscribe, and always remember, anything's possible. Bizarro world.